Progress in Alameda, car into a building. Two are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving.
This is the moment these parents come to the horrifying realization that their daughter has killed two innocent people. But unfortunately, there are more cases of parents discovering their children are killers. Like the father who learned that his own daughter had murdered her mother.
She's on the ground. So there's...
Who is it?
My mom! Someone broke in the back window.
All right, hold on.
She's on the ground.
What's going on? We just got dad. I'm the dad. Okay, Sydney. I don't know. Okay.
What happened? Your wife and daughter got into an argument, got physical. The window was broken, and nobody actually came. How was it? She's here forever. Wife's dead.
Or when these parents found out their 18-year-old daughter disposed of her newborn baby like trash.
Somebody was driving this vehicle. They went and threw a bag, which in the bag was an infant, okay, a newborn.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why we're here.
But first, we'll start with the horrifying case of Sidney Powell. On March 3rd, 2020, Akron police responded to a call made by the University of Mount Union. School officials told police that they were on the phone with a woman named Brenda Powell when they heard screaming over the phone. When officers arrived on the scene, they found Brenda with nearly 30 stab wounds in her neck and her daughter, Sidney Powell, in hysterics. Sidney insisted that it was a home invasion, but when investigators began digging deeper into Sidney's claims, they find that things didn't quite add up. According to school officials, when the line initially went dead, they called Brenda back and someone claiming to be her picked up the phone. But the woman on the other end of the phone wasn't Brenda, it was Sidney. That wasn't the only thing she was lying about. And unbeknownst to her, by the time Akron police arrived, her secrets would begin to be revealed. Upon arriving on the scene, officers immediately heard Sidney screaming inside, which gave the officers the probable cause they needed to enter the residence. When inside, officers would be met with a truly horrible scene. Not only that, they had their first encounter with Sidney, who had her fabricated story locked and loaded.
Akron Police! Akron Police! Where's your mom at? Okay, stay right here.
No, there's so much blood. No, please.
Man.
She's in the court now. No.
Stop. Hold on, we gotta figure out what's going on. Can you sit down?
R9, get that 32 rolling here quick. We got a female down, blood all over the place. Sergeant Smart, you just got a crime scene. Take her outside.
You got it.
She's blood all over. I don't even know if she's breathing. Secure the scene. She looks like a 22. She looks like she's been down for a while. There's blood all over the place. There's a knife by her head and stuff like that, and there's a huge pool of blood. No, I think she just walked in on it. There's a broken window in the back, so if you can just put up some crime scene tape. As soon as AFD gets here, they're going to pronounce her, I'm sure.
Once the officers got inside the house, they saw just how tragic the scene was. And based on the blood alone, it was clear that Brenda Powell had been viciously attacked. Not only that, it seemed that Sidney was distraught, but as the investigation continued, the truth would come to light.
Take her outside.
Come on. Come on.
Is she gonna be okay?
Come on. You just need to cooperate with me, all right?
Oh, my dad.
What happened? What's going on? What's going on?
We heard a bang, and she told me to get out, and then I heard screaming, so I came back, and she was on the ground.
Okay, you heard a
I ran
bang.
out back. There was a bang, someone broken.
Okay. What is your name?
Sidney?
Are you cut?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're cut somewhere.
I don't think so.
Yeah, your hand.
No, I was helping her. I grabbed her.
All right, stop. I'll tell you what, can you sit on the ground here real quick? Come on. Come on.
You said the ground.
Yeah, you're fine right there.
No.
You're fine right there.
I grabbed the knife.
While being escorted outside, Sidney tried to explain things to the officers by telling them that her mom told her to get out of the house after they heard a bang. She then said that someone broke in, and when asked about the cut on her hand, tells police that she grabbed the knife while helping her mom. Moments later, Sidney's dad, Steve Powell, arrived at the scene.
What's going on? I don't know. We just got dad. I'm the dad.
Okay,
Sydney. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Daddy!
Shh, quiet. What the hell? Where's my wife?
The window's broken, Dad!
Where?
The back window's broken in!
So you're gonna have to.
Daddy!
There's officers inside there, so.
I don't know! There
Go
was
check
so much
the lady in the
blood!
house, okay? She's got minor cuts.
After a friend notified Steve Powell that police officers were dispatched to his house, Steve tried to figure out what was going on. But the scene becomes more hectic due to Sydney's frantic cries while sitting on the sidewalk.
You said your name's Sydney? Ma'am, is your name Sydney? What's your last name?
Yeah, he's in Talmadge. Yes, I talked to him.
What is it? Powell. What's your date of birth? Huh?
Yeah,
What's your date of birth?
As the situation becomes more intense, law enforcement tried to get more information from Sydney, but Sydney became more unresponsive and catatonic as the questioning continued.
I mean, she just got cuts to her hands here.
Oh, it's just a cut.
Yeah, so I don't know. Sir, we don't. Does she have any mental
No,
issues?
no, she was having a little trouble at school at Mount Union, and she came back home to try and work things out. Just today is when I found it. I think she has been going to class for the last couple of weeks.
So she just came home today?
Yeah, today. It's like 11 o'clock.
Sydney. Sydney. Sydney.
Oh, fuck. What is going on with
Sydney.
this?
What's going on? Huh?
I need to know what's going on.
We don't know yet.
Her father, on the other hand, had a lot to say. And when the officers begin questioning him, information comes to light that paints a more detailed picture of Sydney and her relationship with her parents. Information that later became vital in building a case against Sydney. The officer then turned his attention to Steve Powell, who revealed that Sydney was having trouble at school and wasn't going to class for a few weeks, so she came back home to work things out. Investigators later pieced together that Sydney had been unenrolled from the University of Mount Union after failing 3 classes. She tried to pretend like things were normal and kept the secret from her parents. And after further investigation of the crime scene, police concluded that Sydney attacked her mother with an iron skillet and staged the scene to look like a break-in. Once they come to this conclusion, investigators have the difficult job of delivering the heartbreaking news to Steve Powell. His daughter is a killer.
What happened? I don't think someone broke into the house. I don't know if your wife and daughter got into an argument and got physical. The window was broken, but there's no forced entry into the house. The window was broken, and nobody actually came through that window. Did your wife and daughter ever have really heated arguments?
No. This is not possible. Clearly, they think Sydney did this. Alice, too. She's going to jail forever. Wife's dead.
During the trial, the defense suggested Sydney's actions were because of a severe psychotic episode. However, after 9 days of deliberation, Sydney Powell was found guilty of purposeful murder, felony murder, felonious assault, and tampering with evidence. She was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. This suspect tried to stage a scene to get away with murder. But what happens when a suspect tries to literally throw someone away? On January 7th, 2022, 3 individuals were dumpster diving outside of a mall when they heard the sounds of crying, and after further digging, discovered a newborn baby with its umbilical cord still attached inside the dumpster. Once the discovery was made, the rescuers made a 911 call to report the newborn's whereabouts.
911, where is your emergency?
We just found a baby in the trash.
Is it breathing?
Yes, ma'am. He still got his umbilical cord. He's whimpering. He was not crying, actually.
After receiving the call, law enforcement arrived on the scene to investigate.
Where's the baby?
Keep him warm. Keep him covered up. Keep him warm.
Do you know whose baby it is? Is it your baby? No. April, is it your baby? No.
No, it's none.
We were dumpster diving. Okay. Oh my God.
Once the ambulance arrived and took the newborn to safety, the officers continued their investigation. And after questioning witnesses, it didn't take long for them to find security footage that showed 18-year-old Alexis Avila's actions, moment by moment. In the footage, Alexis can be seen driving up to the dumpster and getting a trash bag from the back seat and tossing it into the garbage. Inside the trash bag was Alexis' newborn baby boy wrapped in a towel. And that evening, the same security footage captured the moment the baby boy's rescuers came to save the day. The footage captured the moment the dumpster divers retrieved the trash bag from the garbage, initially thinking the cries they heard come from it were from an animal. But as they investigate further, they discover the horrible truth. The Good Samaritans can then be seen pulling the baby from the trash bag and immediately calling the cops for help. And after finding the security footage, police officers were easily able to track down Alexis' home.
Hello, how's it going, ma'am? We have some questions involving this vehicle. Is this your vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay, do you drive it daily? Your daughter does? Okay, what's your daughter's name?
Why?
This vehicle was involved in a abandonment of a child, okay? Somebody was driving this vehicle. They went and threw a bag, which in the bag was an infant, okay? A newborn. So that's the reason why we're here.
When police arrive at the home, they speak to Alex's parents, who seem completely dumbfounded by the information provided by the cops. But the officers proceed with their investigation by bringing Alexis and her parents in for questioning.
What happened today? How did your day start today?
I was in pain. I just go to sleep and then go back to the restroom and go to sleep and go back to the restroom.
So obviously you gave birth to a child.
Right.
I'm trying to find out where it happened, how it happened, or what led to that and stuff like that.
I went to sleep and then I woke up and I went to the restroom and I was just trying, and then it came out and I thought it was poop, and then it was.
Okay. So you were where? And you're at your house?
Yeah, I was by myself.
You were by yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I was scared. I just left and I drove around and I just put it to where I put it. I put it in the bag. I took it to the car. When I was in the car, I had 2 trash bags. I took one with me, which is the one that I had, and then I put it again, and then I drove around and I didn't know what to do, and I just put it in there.
A short time later, Alexis is arrested. Alexis was found guilty of attempted first-degree murder and child abuse and sentenced to 18 years in prison. But in October of 2023, she made an appeal to have the Supreme Court look over her case. She was released pending the outcome of the court's decision. In this case, the suspect threw all of their victim like garbage. But what happens when a suspect's dangerous driving ends lives? On July 31st, 2022, at around 5:30 a.m., 19-year-old Mackenize Shirilla was driving with 2 male passengers when she hit a brick wall going 100 miles per hour. 45 minutes later, a Good Samaritan saw the aftermath of the crash and notified police. When the Strongsville Police Department arrived on the scene, both the passengers, 19-year-old Davian Flanagan and 20-year-old Dominic Russo, were pronounced dead. But miraculously, Mackenize survived. After assessing the crash, law enforcement conducted interviews to uncover the reasons why the crash occurred. What they would find would make them question whether or not this was an accident. The cops would soon determine that Mackenize had her foot pressed down fully on the gas. Not only that, she never once applied the brake. But before any of this was discovered, body cam footage captures the cops step by step as they assess the scene.
Duty.
Radio. This car's split in 2.
Radio, there's an occupant inside. Send us some squad now. We gotta bust the window out. Send us some more units.
Any more units to progress now, Amita?
Now!
What are we going?
31's one up. 60 on the Westwood, on the 3 on Alameda.
This is not a fresh accident either. She's been here for a while. Radio, we got at least 2 occupants in here. No one's moving. Oh my God. Oh my God. Times 3, guys. Radio, 3 occupants. No one's conscious. No one's breathing. Bust that window out. Rookie. Oh my God, dude. Who can hear my voice? Driver's radio. The driver is breathing, unconscious.
The officers struggle to get inside the vehicle, but can tell that the occupants are in serious danger. One officer even notes that the driver is breathing but unconscious. Eventually, the officers are able to get inside the vehicle, and that's when the severity of the accident really begins to sink in.
Did you try the pockets of them?
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, he's
I know.
head,
Jesus
his back.
Christ. This is the worst I've ever seen.
I'm probably gonna assume probably their age.
There's nothing we can do right now, guys, other than hope fire hurries up. That's it.
After being rescued from the wreck, Mackenzie was airlifted to the nearest hospital. There, law enforcement spoke to Mackenzie's parents to tell them the news no parent wants to hear.
Babe, what did they tell you?
Nothing.
Okay, she was life flighted here.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Okay. No. You want to sit down? Wait to say this. Progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving.
Who died?
I don't know whether, but there's one that we don't know. His name's Jacob. Does anyone know a Jacob?
Dom?
No, stop! Let him talk!
Guys, I know, we've been dealing with this. Your daughter's okay. She's talking to us. I talked to her, okay? Your daughter's alive, okay? Your daughter's alive. She was driving with me, okay?
Who's that? Jacob and who?
I think what's the name you said?
Dom?
Might be.
Oh my God.
Stop.
What's his relation to you? Okay, yeah, the Dom was in the car.
Stop. What? Are you kidding me?
Ma'am, it's...
What?
That's where we're at right now.
What did she say? What happened?
What?
It's right now, it's an ongoing investigation. Speed is definitely a factor. So are drugs.
Oh my God.
So do you guys know anyone named Jacob? Anyone?
Okay. I don't know him. I've heard the name before.
Full transparency here. There's drugs in the car. She had a bag of mushrooms on her and a scale. Full transparency, guys. I'm sorry, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. Okay? Drugs in the car. It's a mess. She was driving, one in the back seat, and Jacob was in the front. Tavion in the back.
So she was awake but not awake? So she was like not
In and out of consciousness. Could be fully extracted from the vehicle. IFD. I know she has a severe leg injury. Like I said, she was speaking. She was speaking, okay? and she had her seatbelt on.
Police officers explained the incident to Mackenzie's parents, saying that she had drugs in the car, which included marijuana and mushrooms. But luckily for her, she was wearing a seatbelt, which certainly saved her life. The passengers, Mackenzie's boyfriend and his friend, weren't so lucky, and the officers would soon have to break that terrible news to their parents as well.
Go ahead and take a seat. So,
You know what time it happened?
no, we don't. Right now, it's so early in the investigation that we don't know. What we do know 100% is somebody called it in. Somebody passing by called it in at around 6:15, 6:30.
Called in, what, the car was just smashed somewhere?
Yeah. So what it appears that happened is they were going westbound on Progress from Pearl Road, and they went
Right here in Strongsville?
Yeah, in Strongsville. That business that's right on Alameda, right where Progress ends, that's dead ends right there. They hit that building. They hit the sign out front, and then they hit the building.
Would they fall asleep at the wheel or something?
Don't know.
We don't know that. We don't know that. So
two kids are dead, my son's dead, another kid's dead, and
Go
the
ahead.
girl's in the hospital?
she's in surgery right now.
Oh my God, huh, Chris?
I didn't copy.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, hang on just one moment.
Whatever you might need.
Okay.
Well, I mean, another family member or a friend or anybody that you might want us to call on your behalf.
No. This is a fucking nightmare.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That was, what do you think, somebody called in at 6:30 in the morning?
Between 6:15,
6:15, 6:30, yeah.
somewhere in there. Came upon it, passing it by.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. She was in her car?
It was in Mackenzie's car, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is she gonna make it, or you guys don't know?
We right now we don't know. She's in surgery right now, so we don't know.
Oh my gosh.
So.
What a fucking nightmare.
After speaking with the parents, the officers' next task was to get to the bottom of what caused the accident. Police soon learned that Davian Flanagan had an app on his phone called Life 360, which in short tracked Davian's real-time location. This led police to discover details that could help crack the case.
Okay. I just want to show you.
Oh no, explain it.
So this is when they were going down Progress Drive, and then you know how there was like tire tracks before it, like on that side grass. So that's the sign.
That's when it hits the sign.
And then that's where she curved exactly right on.
Gotcha.
Missed those two rocks and went right into the sign, the side of it. But I'm just confused on how the back of the sign was messed up, but she went right into that wall.
Right.
No, so you can see like the hard braking was right at the wall, and then her high speed
was after the hard braking.
Was 90 miles per hour.
So it said it's a recording. Does that play?
So
I mean, what does it mean? Or just
how it works,
screenshots?
It's just
a track.
Yeah, it's like my parents have me in a circle so they can see where I go, and it just follows you wherever you go.
And Davion had us in it.
Yeah, we had we had a bunch of us. We had all of our friends in it. Like Davion was in it too. We can literally see where Davion has been
for
the past
if you guys
however
know.
long you need to know.
Okay.
Like, we can show you where
I don't know if you guys know they were at a party before this.
We do have information as to other places they were going to. I'm not sure what the detectives have, but they know they have statements from other people of parties that they were potentially at.
So they were at Paul Burling House. I don't think their parents knew about the party, but I can be wrong.
Okay. If you guys want, I will let you guys write statements.
Okay.
And you can write down.
Is there anywhere I can like send screenshots?
Absolutely. I will give you. I'll write down my email. And you can send the screenshots right to the email, and I'll get them all to the detective.
So I spoke to friends that were at the party. I wasn't personally there. I wish I was there. But,
okay. Okay. Any information you have that can help us out to help try and sort out and get a better understanding of what happened is helping us.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you my email.
But there was the fact that they might have been on psychedelics.
Okay.
So Kenzie was the driver, and they said that she took a nap. But if you know psychedelics, that's like an 8 hour to 12 hour like Yeah, you cannot sleep.
Police then investigated the black box in Mackenzie's car, which would give officers data like speed and brake usage prior to the accident. And upon further investigations, police found that Mackenzie had the gas pedal push all the down. Furthermore, the brake wasn't applied before impact. Law enforcement then conducted interviews with Mackenzie and Dominic's closest friends to see if that would shed some light on the reasons behind the accident. But the details that were uncovered would turn this case on its head.
Me right here, if you like looked at the tracks, and you guys probably have pictures of them, it looks like the person in the front seat tried to turn the wheel because of the fact they were going to go straight into a wall. And it doesn't say she heart broke once. It was 90 miles per hour down that whole road. And I also think because of Kenzie's and Dominic's history that they were fighting, I think Davion went on his phone to distract himself from the fighting. Although they were on drugs, they can also still be fighting with being on drugs.
It could have just been like a careless mistake. Like, I don't think Kenzie, even if she was like had road rage or she was arguing, I don't think her intention was to kill two people no matter what.
You mentioned that anytime Dom would kind of want to break up with her, she'd kind of go crazy. Describe crazy, like what kind of crazy?
Like, there is times where she called Dom and said, if you break up with me, I'm going to word for word.
What do you think happened that night?
I think,
yeah,
off of what I know and off my assumptions, Dom tried to break up with her multiple times, even in July. They kept not like working out, whatever. They kept making back up. Kenzie's known to be the kind of person that she's let us know she will never let go of Dom, and if she has to let go of Dom, she will not go on living herself. She's pretty much let that be known. You're going 94 miles an hour, you don't have a very fast car to begin with, you were stomping that gas pretty much that whole entire time. There's no brake marks on the street at all. Even before the hit, you would think that some type of instinct would kick in and slam on the brakes, but to my knowledge, she went straight into it. To me, it seems like they were in a fight. I think that she took it upon herself to purposely crash into that wall. I think that he must have been trying to talk her down the whole time. They swerved off to the right at the end. I think he might have grabbed the wheel towards the end of it, maybe trying to spin him or something. Who knows? She could have been bear hugging it. I don't know. They're hitting bumps too. They're going 90. He could have not, like, I don't know what's going through his head, you know?
So, describe the relationship. What was it? What was she like as your girlfriend?
I mean, like, she's kind of just like how you would explain any girls, really, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're all over the place in some ways, and like, they don't know what they want. She's like, oh, I love Dom so much, this and that, but like, he's mad at me for all of this, and I'm just like, well, yeah, like, why wouldn't he be like, you need to like, just go stay with Dom, because I'm not going to be with you no more after this. Like, I'm cool with just keeping the friend group as friends because I don't want to mess up the friend group. I was like, I don't got no problems with you or anything like that. We can also be friends. But just like, you need to go talk to Dom about like your personal issues and stuff because that's your relationship with him. Like, but she would say stuff like, I don't even get high anymore, stuff like that, because how much she's close. I was basically like I didn't really have much with her relationship wise because we didn't date that long. But like friend wise, like she was crazy. Like our group chat, there was some days like we would all be getting ready for school, and she would be sitting there spam calling the group chat to the point where like we can't pick it up to even like answer because she's just calling and declining and calling and declining. And then we finally do pick it up, and it was something as small as I can't figure out what I need to wear to school. It's like, why are you blowing up all of us? Like, it was everyone that went to Kalahari that was in that group chat. So it's like, why are you blowing us all up just over something as little as you can't figure out what you're trying to wear to school? Like, she would be like just...
She like mentally just not all there? I mean,
yeah, I don't think she's just mentally all there. Like, I personally feel like she was trying to kill herself in that crash, and she failed on doing so, is what I feel like. And I feel like she had no regard for Davion, and I feel like they got in an argument, her and Dom, and she threatened to kill him.
Why did Dom put up with this? Do you know?
I've personally been told that she did voodoo on him. I mean, I personally don't believe that, but she has told people that she's put a spell on him so that he couldn't break up with her, and she would tell people that she had like grabbed a piece of his hair, and that she had a doll in her room for Dom, and that she had literally put a spell on him. But she would tell everyone. And like, she truly believed in that kind of stuff. And she also uses the pendulum, I know too, to try to get answers. She tries to use it now to talk to Dom.
Do you think Mackenzie has it in her to drive a car into a wall? I mean, if you guys speculate that she did it on purpose, do you think she have it in her?
I feel like if she thinks that she can just drive the car into the wall and not feel nothing, you know, like 100 times to the wall, I feel like the only reason she survived is because of how small she is. Like, I feel like she got insanely lucky, but at the same time, not lucky to have survived that, because it's like she killed 2 people. That was what she was trying to do, but it's like, I feel like that's what she was trying to do, was crash the car into the wall.
Based on the evidence that is gathered and the interviews, police come to the conclusion that Mackenzie purposely crashed the vehicle, so she was carted off to jail. Mackenzie elected to waive her right to have a trial by jury and instead chose to have a bench trial, meaning her fate was in the hands of Judge Nancy Margaret Russo. During the trial, the prosecution argued that there was tension in Mackenzie and her boyfriend's relationship, that it was tumultuous, and that she deliberately planned to kill him and his friend in the car that day. But the defense said otherwise, saying that there was no proof that Mackenzie planned anything, and that there was no way of knowing what exactly occurred moments before the crash. But ultimately, it was Judge Nancy Margaret Russo that put the final blow to Mackenzie's case.
This is the type of evidence you can never unsee. You can never forget the visual or audio of this exhibit, which is chilling and tragic. As you review that exhibit, you know that you are watching the oncoming deaths of 2 people, and there is nothing that will stop it. The video clearly shows the purpose and intent of the defendant. She chose a course of death and destruction that day. Exhibit 802 crystallizes the deadly decision-making of the defendant. She morphs from a responsible driver to literal hell on wheels as she makes her way down the street. Mackenzie alone made the decision to drive the car, to drive an obscure route, a route she visited a few days before, and a route not routinely taken by her. Mackenzie alone chose the time to make the drive, early in the morning, when any reasonable person would expect that few people would be nearby to witness it or offer life-saving assistance. She made these decisions despite knowing, as any reasonable person would, that her mission of death could have involved others, not even in the car with her, other people, other cars, pedestrians. She had a mission, and she executed it with precision. The mission was death. Mackenzie alone decided to push the pedal to the floor and demand the ultimate speed of that vehicle to 90 to 100 miles per hour. She alone decided what was to be. Mackenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day, and she alone made that decision for Dominic and Davion, and she continuously acted in a manner to achieve her purpose. Whether or not she intended to also kill herself is a matter of speculation. They have no relevance to the weighing of the evidence in this case. The totality of the evidence clearly demonstrates that Mackenize Shirilla acted purposely and intentionally in the early morning hours of July 31st, 2022, and her purpose was to kill Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan. No reasonable fact finder could view the totality of this evidence in this case and come to any other conclusion. Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. This was not reckless driving. This was murder.
Mackenzie was found guilty of 4 counts of murder, 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide, 4 counts of felonious assault, 1 count of possessing criminal tools, and 1 count of drug possession. She was given 15 years to life in prison. In this case, the suspect's bad decisions cost the lives of 2 people. But what happens when the perpetrator of a crime is a 12-year-old girl?
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. This is some demonic shit. I'm so sorry. I'm fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck I did. Are the handcuffs unnecessary? I'm a good child.
On January 5th, 2023, police arrived at the scene of a gruesome crime after a 12-year-old girl stabbed her 9-year-old brother. Once at the scene, officers were immediately met with the suspect in hysterics.
Hey, Len, I'm so sorry. I'm so
Come here.
sorry.
Come here.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're just gonna put handcuffs on just for now.
I'm sorry. Just pull up my pants.
Where's the knife?
Sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck. I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. Please. I'm so sorry. Julie, you better pray to God. I am praying, Mom. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
How old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
Where's the knife?
I was upstairs in my room and I threw it out the window. And it's behind the apartment right here.
You threw it where?
I threw it out my window upstairs.
Right
not right there. It's the room. This is the other room. It's right behind the apartment. This apartment right here.
So where would the knife be? On that side?
Right behind. Yeah. The knife? I'm so fucking sorry, Mama. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. This is some demonic shit. I'm so sorry.
What's your mom's name? What's your mom's name?
I gotta go with him. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Come over here so we're out of the paramedics' way.
I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry.
Hey, what's your name? Seat for me. Sit crisscross on the grass, okay?
Okay.
Just sit there for a second. You don't have the knife on you, right?
No, I swear I don't. I'm
sorry.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
The suspect apologizes profusely for her actions, both to the officers and her distraught mother. But the horrible deed is done, and while paramedics go inside the house to see if they can save the 9-year-old's life, officers locate the knife he was stabbed with.
I really didn't want things to happen like this. This sucks. I'm so sorry. I'm probably gonna go to jail. I'm gonna live the rest of my life in prison.
That's it right there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know what
Do me a favor. We're going to sit crisscross applesauce right here.
Okay.
Which one is it?
First apartment right here. Hey, she threw the knife over here.
Stay there. I'll look at it.
It's right there.
Okay.
I'm fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck I did.
Stick your hands out like this for me. Do you have any cuts on you?
I do.
Where at?
On my arm.
Which arm?
Both of them. My left one is just small cuts.
Did you cut yourself?
Yes. Actually, I'm at my right arm. It just has the small cuts, and then my left one has. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Mom, and then fire and EMSA was. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna take you out of handcuffs and I'm gonna take your hoodie off, okay? That way we can see the cut that you have.
Okay.
Take your hood off for me. Is it just those? Those look old. Are they old?
This
oh, those.
one and this
yeah,
one,
those are a little.
This one, those are old with like.
Do you have any new?
One that's brand new. This was brand
That's
new
from
one.
today?
Yes. And it's so fucking
With the
good.
same knife?
Yes.
Okay. Can you watch her for just a second?
After locating the knife, officers sit the suspect back down on the sidewalk and look into the cuts she has on her arms. She's then taken into the police cruiser where an officer continues to try and calm her down.
You're not going anywhere right now.
Will I be in jail?
What was that?
Will I be in jail?
Right now, let's just, calm down a little, okay? I don't know what we're gonna do right now, alright? Okay. But right now, we're investigating.
Okay.
Take a deep breath, okay? I know there's a lot of things going on right now. Just take a breath.
I don't know why I did it.
Just take a breath. Let's not think about it.
When I first came to school, our math teacher, he had cancer, so he wasn't at school for a really long time, and yesterday was his first day back in school. And I really hated math, but I started to like it because he was there. Is my brother in the hospital?
in the hospital right now, little lady. Yeah.
Will he live?
Pretty sure he will. There's the doctors. Doctors are all over there. So we'll take care of him. Your mom's over there too.
I'm so sorry. Is he just never gonna forgive me?
It's okay. Take a breath.
Are the handcuffs necessary? I'm a good child.
I know you're a good child, but that's just what we have to do, policy. Especially if you're sitting in my car, you know.
Gotta itch my eye.
The suspect claims that she's a good kid despite the circumstances and continuously apologizes for her actions and admits her wrongdoing. It's a nice gesture, but even if it is sincere, the reality of the situation will soon sit in. And when the officers speak to the suspect's mother, details will come to light that will paint a much clearer picture.
She's never been aggressive or anything.
Yeah.
It's not like her. Like it's like they bully each other like brother and sisters, but it's never they never like fist fight or do anything like that.
So
it
this
was
is
just
completely.
He was in bed. He was downstairs trying to sleep. I don't know why she even went down there. Like what the hell was she? I don't understand any of it. All I know is I heard him screaming, like the worst scream ever, and I thought maybe he was having a nightmare, so I started to try to wake him up, and there's blood everywhere. And he said, she stabbed me. I was like, ew. And he started going in and out of consciousness, and so that's when they told me to put him on the floor, do chest compressions, and I couldn't find my daughter anywhere. I was screaming her name, and she ran out after she did it because she was scared. And
So right now she's safe and she's in custody with us right now. It is a really this is a very. There's no words that I can tell you that's gonna.
So weird. Why would she do that?
Those are answers we're gonna be looking for. And
like it's just weird. They don't really get along that great, but I just never would have assumed she'd do something like that. That's crazy to me. Like she was like, I don't know why. It was fucking crazy. I don't know. She doesn't even curse. Like I don't know.
It's just I can.
She's not a bad kid. Like she doesn't do bad things. You know what I mean? Like she
totally
doesn't get in trouble. It was weird. Yeah.
The 9-year-old was taken to the hospital, but sadly succumbed to his injuries. As for the 12-year-old suspect, no charges were ever filed. It was later believed that the suspect had a manic episode after stopping her ADHD medication. But regardless of how it happened, this case still had a tragic end. But what happens when a young mother disposes of her baby like trash? On January 27th, 2023, Alexis Trevizo was admitted into the Artesia General Hospital's emergency room after complaining about lower back pain. During her visit, she told staff that she needed to go to the bathroom, and 20 minutes later, she returned. But that's when staff found something truly horrible, a deceased newborn. Apparently, in a cruel twist of events, Alexia had given birth and tried to dispose of her child in the trash can. After staff made the discovery, the police were brought in to investigate.
We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was at 9, that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door. Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood everywhere. She was cleaning it up. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself. So the doctor started doing an exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it.
Oh wow! Okay.
So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
Yeah, how old was the baby?
I don't know. It's full term. She just had it. She had it in the bathroom. Was what happened, and then whatever she did, I don't know. She's gonna lie. She wouldn't tell us she's pregnant. She's been lying the whole time.
Okay.
So that's what's going on. I just pulled the doctor out of the room, so nothing's been said to the patient or the mother that's in there yet.
When officers arrived, the staff confirmed with them that Alexis had given birth in the bathroom and disposed of her baby in the trash can. They also informed the cops that she had been lying to them the entire time she's been at the hospital. With that knowledge, the cops, along with the staff, walk into the suspect's room to confront her.
I'm sorry, there's police here. We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. They came out at me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
It was not crying or nothing.
What did you do to it?
Okay, stop right here. Stop. Number one priority, guys. Number one priority is she just had a baby. I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the obstetrician at Loveless. They want her up there as soon as possible.
Okay.
I obviously need your permission to transfer her for medicals. She needs to be
19.
Oh, you're right.
But she is a student too.
She's still 19 years
you're
old.
right. You're right. She needs to. I'm sorry, I forgot she's 19.
Keep out of me.
But you need to make sure that you're safe. I need to send you to Loveless to labor delivery. Will you please agree to that?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna work on that. In terms, I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, we do have to have the police involved.
And that thing was crying. It came out with that thing.
A hospital staff member explains the situation quite bluntly to Alexee and her mother. Alexee tries to justify her actions by saying the baby wasn't crying or anything, but Alexee's mother, on the other hand, seems to understand the severity of her actions, which leads to her confronting Alexee for answers.
Where did you put the baby at? Tell me the truth. In there.
517.
That came out of your toilet bag. You put it in the bag?
Yes.
Yeah. In what bag? Why did you say anything to us? Do you want to get in trouble for this now? You could get in trouble for this.
Mom, just give it time, okay?
Alexee's mother seems to understand just how much trouble her daughter is in, so she tries to get as much information she can before the cops shut the conversation down. Alexee was then flown out to another hospital to receive further care. 4 months later, New Mexico police went to Alexee's residence to make an arrest. Bodycam footage shows the moment officers approached the house to speak with Alexee's mother to explain to her that there's a warrant out for her daughter's arrest.
I'll bring her out. Just tell me what's going on.
For her arrest.
Okay.
I will give it to her whenever.
Can I see her?
She can see the warrant when she gets arrested.
This is my house. I have a right to see the warrant.
I'm letting you know she has a warrant for her arrest. We don't have a search warrant for your house. We have a warrant for her arrest.
Okay, can we see the warrant?
Yeah, once we she gets a copy of it.
Can I go up there when you take her up there?
You can go to the detention. Do you know where it is?
Everything?
Okay,
so what is she under arrest for?
She's over 18. She's got a copy.
I understand that,
right.
Detective Gonzalez.
Right.
What is she under arrest for?
She has a warrant for arrest. Okay?
For what?
That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay?
What do you mean that's all you're going to tell me?
She's over the age of 18.
I understand that, but I have a right to know as well.
And we'll tell you that, but we
okay, then let me know now.
We need the cooperation.
Let me know now. I'm giving you the cooperation. I told you everything. Answer my question. Well, what is she under arrest for?
Like I said, she's over the age of 18. Like, that we can't relinquish that information. But if you bring her out here, we'll tell you.
What is she under arrest
for? If you bring her out here,
for?
we'll tell you right in front of you.
No, I'm not bringing her out here yet. Let me know what she's under arrest for.
She's going to get arrested regardless, ma'am. I mean, I don't know why.
For what? For what? For what?
Are you okay with telling me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Homicide. Open count of homicide. And tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence?
Yes.
At the hospital?
Yes.
So, can we see her now?
Alexee's mother demands to know why her daughter has a warrant, even arguing with cops over it, which is interesting considering that the reasons why should be apparent to her. Her daughter put a newborn baby in the trash can. However, after speaking with Alexee's mother further, officers eventually are able to convince her to bring Alexee to the door.
She's good. She's okay.
We're not going to be rough with her or anything. We're just going to take her over there and book her.
Please don't be rough with her, please.
Just bring her out. You can be with her the entire time, okay?
You know where the public safety complex is? 3300 West Main?
You can follow us over there. I will take you there.
What's your name?
Alexee.
Okay. What's the last 4 years social?
She don't even know it.
You don't know it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Alexee, do you know your date of birth?
Yes.
Okay.
What is it?
11/25/03.
We're Tampa. I'll be headed your way shortly.
Relay the rest.
Alexee was charged with first-degree murder, child abuse, and tampering with evidence. She is still awaiting trial.